Okay, let's get back to the and we're gonna start from the top on Tim Pool. Damn, we spent a lot of time on that. Damn, we spent almost an hour on Andrew Tate.
The big cultural news sending shockwaves to the left is that 12th grade boys are skewing heavily conservative. And this news came out a few days ago, but it's only now that with the dating scene being questioned, many leftists are saying, what is going on? What's happening to 12th grade boys? Oh boy, would I love to tell you. We have a great thread from Shoe on Head, which I'll bring up as well, and she talks quite a bit about this. But let's start with the news from the Post Millennial. 12th grade American boys trend conservative report. Take a look at this. General knowledge may say that the more and more young people are identifying as liberal. According to new data, 12th grade high school boys are twice as likely to identify as conservative as compared to liberal. In annual surveys over the past few years, data pulled from Monitoring the Future, an organization, has shown that about a quarter of high school seniors identify as conservative or very conservative. Only 13% of the 12th grade boys identify as liberal. That's
Because, dude, they tired of being looked at like wimps. Sorry. Liberal men are liberal men tend to be soft, wimpy, shrimpy, don't stand on their square. Man, listen.
interesting. An image from a graph from the book Generation.
Remember the old video of the girl who said it's so hard to find a strong masculine man who isn't conservative? Exactly. Cult Classic K says, I think the big takeaway is that Tate is downplaying his side of things while Romania is downplaying what sex trafficking is. I agree. 100%. I agree. I think here's what I think. And here's my overall belief before we continue with Tim Pool. I think that Tate knows that he said some wild things in the past. Whether or not he did it, he said some wild things. He's trying to downplay some of the things that he said, whether or not he actually meant it. And then Romania is trying to inflate the things that he said in the past to make him look more and more guilty in the eyes of the public because they essentially have no case. All right. So
the real differences between Gen Z, Millennial, Gen X, Boomers, and Silence, and what they mean for America's future by Jean Twenge went somewhat viral online. The graph excludes moderate students, but of those high school seniors that do identify politically, around 65% of boys were conservative, while only around 31% of girls identified that way. Let me tell you what this means. I'm going to say it and just be as shockingly offensive as I can. This means that girls will start to skew conservative. Why? Young boys are object-oriented. Or I should say males are object-oriented and females are subject-oriented. It's really that simple.
I don't know if I agree with that. I believe feminism is just too strong for young women to be like, just because young men are going conservative that they are. I don't believe that women would ever give up, like not in big numbers. I believe the women who are in the middle will probably be conservative. I think the women who are conservative will probably remain conservatives. But I don't see women giving up their independence, their power in the private sector and everything in order to go conservative with men. I don't see that.
Guys, when they talk to each other, talk about granular facts, goals, and accomplishments, and females talk about feelings. It's not absolute. It's just generally speaking. Meaning, generally speaking, if females want to get boyfriends, they will have to socialize with conservative young men. Of course, it's entirely possible that there are liberal young men who will be simps and white knights, and many women will date them as well. It's true. But I also believe that there is going to be, look, let's just be real. Do the girls really want to date the loser guys who are?
Nope.
Are weird. No, they're going to want to date the edgy, strong, popular, charismatic guys. And those are guys who are sure of themselves, I believe, will likely lead to a tendency, not an absolute. It could be 51 to 49. But let's read more. As one political analyst put it, Democrats have a masculinity problem, citing trends among Black and Latino
Yep. Absolutely.
voters. They go to mention Jordan Peterson and Dennis Prager and et cetera. And I'll just mention Andrew Tate. Why is Andrew Tate so popular? Why is Jordan Peterson so popular? Dude, they are two different kinds of people to look up to if you're a young man. Jordan Peterson, the suit-wearing intelligent academic who says, clean your room, be responsible, like a father figure so many didn't have.
Exactly. That's exactly how dudes view Jordan Peterson. It's like the father figure you never had. And then they look at Andrew Tate like the rich uncle who ain't perfect. But when you see him pull up in that fucking Lambo or that Bugatti, you're like, damn, I want to be like my uncle. Or my older brother, or whatever the case may be. That's just the facts. You don't have anybody like that on the left. What man on the left do you want to be like? You can't even look up to Captain America no more. Chris Evans in interviews doing this. Cassie says, my thing is, even though I think modern feminism is trash, I don't have enough trust in the human race to not continue to conduct myself with independence. I don't, God damn it, damn. I don't trust a man to put myself in a position to ever be a stay-at-home housewife. Well, Cassie, to be honest with you, I think that whole, you don't have to be a stay-at-home housewife. Is what I'm trying to say. I think the idea that every woman's going to be a stay-at-home housewife is gone. It's long gone. We have to find a new medium. And we have to find a new medium. And I think that's like, hey, listen, you can work if you want to. It's okay. But I'm going out to do all the work. Jackie 2 says, Destiny? No, I don't. Listen, Destiny's cool. I respect some of his. I don't see him as masculine in the slightest. Maybe some other young men do. There's not a single person I know that would look at Destiny and say, man, I would love to be like Destiny. Not in no open relationship when dudes out here pounding your wife. No, there's no way. Walking around here with blue hair and I can't. Me personally. Now that's an ignorant belief from me. Maybe other young men feel differently.
And Andrew Tate is a guy who is a world champion kickboxer who is physically fit, silly, funny, a bit irreverent. The left doesn't get that. And he tells you to be strong. Be strong. Fight for yourself. Don't let them run you over. Be who you are. Now, they'll accuse Andrew Tate of all sorts of awful things or whatever. It's funny because if you look at a lot of what Andrew Tate has this video where he's like, I went out and bought some Bugattis. I got 10 Bugattis. And then the camera pans and he has little scooters and he jumps on one and rides away. The dude is fun. He's funny. He's inspiring. People like that. He's also tough. He's sure of himself. He has this video where he's like, who would you rather do? I'm not going to get into it, like Hulk Hogan or Megan Fox. And the left makes fun of him for it. And they don't get it. The strong guy, the tough guy, the world champion fighter who's a billionaire or whatever his net worth is, hundreds of millions of dollars, who is having a good time and laughing, that's something people want to look up to. The freedom. So
there you go. Let me see what Jessica said something over here. Jessica says, where did the comment go? Man, why does it keep switching the top chat? I'm asking for live chat, man. The problem is a lot of these soy boys were raised in a single parent home. That's why they're feminist soy boys, because they didn't have a fatherly figure in their lives. I've said that over and over and over again, especially in my community. A lot of these dudes got the black woman's dog collar around their neck, and they can't get away from it. Frostfang says, I don't know if Chris Evans is feminine. He's an a-hole who acts beta for the cause. He's a white knight who attacks others. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
So here we are. Shoe on Head, shout out. She has a great thread. She has these two tweets. One from Dreamleaf says, what WTF is wrong with 12th grade boys? Because you can see the girls are liberal and the boys are conservative. Then you have this one. Pogfish says we need smart, entertaining, and semi-edgy male role models on the left to show that the left isn't just a bunch of soy moralizing cringe lords. Unironically, Destiny is the only person I can think of that fits this description. Yo.
I guess Destiny's. I guess Destiny. I guess a lot of dudes do like Destiny because you just brought up Destiny, and they just. I don't see it. I do think Destiny is a logical person, and I think he does the best to defend his positions. But I don't see anything masculine about this guy. But whatever, that's just my opinion, and I don't want to be disrespectful. Like I said, I like his takes on certain things. I don't like the fact that he talks fast and make it seem like he's actually saying something. I feel like a lot of times he says, oh, I'm like, Destiny, bro, you didn't say anything. Oh, and Jackie said he was being sarcastic. Okay, so there you go.
Oh, Destiny's fantastic. But he ain't far leftist like y'all.
Oh, and he's not.
Okay?
And he's not far left at all. I didn't even think about the fact. Destiny is not a leftist. He is not. I think Destiny, matter of fact, and just to give him his, I think Destiny is more in the middle than anything. He's one of those nerds. This is why I respect him, who just want to be a nerd, but he's getting to that age where he's starting to recognize that he needs to have an opinion on some of this political stuff. But he's at his heart, he's just a nerd. I'm a nerd. But I'm at that age where I got to start paying attention to this stuff. And he ain't a leftist.
Destiny is a pragmatic, reasonable guy who reads things and then believes things and then explains what he believes. Tremendous respect for the dude. We agree on so much. We disagree on a lot. He doesn't like Trump. I don't think Trump is nearly as bad, but I'm not like, MAGA hat wearing diehard Trump or anything like that.
Sure you're not, Tim.
Who else do they have? Jimmy Dore, I think, actually is like, here's the issue. Jimmy Dore is going to attract young men, talk about his policies, and ultimately it's going to result in young people not being far left. Despite the fact that Jimmy is rather socialist, but Jimmy is tough. He will yell. He will speak with passion. The left doesn't have anything but these like weak soy boys. But here's the most important element. Shu nails it. She says, every other month, people see something like this and panic. Where are the leftist Andrew Tates? But if your goal isn't to help men and is just to stop them from moving right, it's transparent. It won't work.
Exactly.
There's no leftist.
Exactly. You don't even care about men. All you care about on the left is recruiting people to your side in whatever form that takes. You don't care about men. If you can recruit deers to come vote for you, you would say fuck men and get all of the deers to do it. And that's why men are going more conservative, because they're recognizing that on your side, your goal isn't to make a better world. You want to destroy the masculine image. That's what you want to do.
Andrew Tate's, because a function of the left is to demonize men. End of story. Shu says, be young man. Told you're everything wrong with society. Gravitate towards people who don't do that. OMG, what's wrong with boys? Let's find the problem. And there is the big Chad man holding a mirror up to you. Even though Republicans won't do ish, at least the right rhetorically offers something to young men other than the eternal HR department. They win over young men because the left micromanages every aspect of their lives, from media they consume to the jokes they make. And the right is just like, here's a picture of Alex Jones and it says,
Well, we get the point. We get the point there. So I just think it's very interesting that, this is where it's going now. This is why a lot of young men are going conservative. Now, listen, I'll even tell you, a lot of conservative talking points are going a little bit too far. It's like soon as you slightly agree with the conservative, it's like, oh, you agree? Well, let me bring you on to this church. Whoa. Wait a minute. I said that men are men and women are women. Nigga, I ain't say I was finna go to Sunday church. I'm not doing that. Okay? What's going on with my soundboard, man? My soundboard's struggling. I'm hitting sounds and it ain't playing them. I'm gonna have to get a real one, not this cheap one. Let me see if it's gonna play.
You stupid.
Okay, there we go. It still won't play that sound. And it won't play that sound, even though it was just playing it yesterday. So, I don't know. That's that. Holy, it's about to be 7 o'clock and we only got 2 topics. We spent a lot of time on Andrew Tate, man. We spent a lot of time on Andrew Tate. Hassan Piker thought though he doesn't appeal to a younger audience. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say save this for later. We're not gonna cover that today. Save that for later. I'm gonna say that maybe some other guys look up to him. I don't see the appeal of Hassan Piker. I think he's anyway. Let me not.
Let's go. Hey. Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby.